So I had this whole plan to start this really fun Q&A with you where you ask me questions and I answer them. But unfortunately, one of my characters got a hold of the questions and refused to get them back. And I thought, why not? Why not let you hear from some of the people that you know and love the most, answering your burning questions in a way that only they could. So without further ado, I introduce you to the first episode of Chaotic Q&A, asking the experts questions that they're not qualified to answer. So I hope that you enjoy, and I apologize in advance. I don't know what she just said to you, but I'm going to tell you right now, everything that she just said is a lie. Yeah, because I only get 3.5 hours on my lunch break, and now I have to answer these stupid questions where most of you can't even put together a coherent sentence. Do you even know what the word coherent means? No, and I bet you can't spell it either. A lot of y'all need help. The first question is ridiculous. I can't even believe that this is the question that you want to ask me today. I ordered guac, extra guac, and they forgot to charge me. Am I legally obligated to go back and pay? Or should I just accept this as a gift from the universe? Are you kidding me right now? You went and stole guac, and now you want to ask, is this a gift from the universe? Absolutely not. You need to buy every single guac for every person that's ever existed. In fact, when you see avocados now, you're going to go ahead and gift the ability for them to also now not have to pay for guac because you're going to buy it for them. You're going to stand at the guac section of the supermarket and you're going to buy everyone's avocados. That's the gift of the universe that you're going to start giving. Asking stupid questions like that. Someone asked, you're not even that funny. There's not a question mark. That's not even a question. You're just out here making statements, Jeffrey, pretending like that's actually a question. Well, you're not funny either, Jeffrey. And you also look like a thumb, okay? And you're going to need to pick a struggle because you can't look like a thumb and then also be an idiot and not even add a question mark to a non-question. Next question. How do I make friends as an adult? Where do I even begin with that question? That's not even a good question. You're not going to make friends as an adult. You know why? Because you're asking questions that are dumb. Next. My neighbor keeps borrowing my lawnmower and forgetting to return it. Can I legally report this as theft, or do I just need to steal it back in the dead of the night? You know what? Maybe you could talk to Avocado Thief and they could give you some advice about the lawnmower thief. Why are you out here thieving, guys? Why can't we just have honest people that are not thumb looking asking questions? What kind of, you want to ask if you can steal back your lawnmower? I don't know. Ask Avocado Friend if they can steal back the guac that they already stole. How do you want me to answer that question? You want to go to jail or not? Make a good decision here. And also in the dead of night, you just going to be creeping around? What, you just going to just be out there a creeper? No, I can't with you guys. Next question. My boss sends me emails at 11 p.m. and I ignore them. Am I being a bad employee or just setting healthy boundaries? You already know the answer to this. If your boss is up at 11 p.m. and he's sending you an email, you should be sending an email back at 11:01. What kind of employee are you going to be? Are you going to be someone that replies to emails in the middle of the night? Or not? You should have the notifications on your phone. Do you even know how to turn those on? You should be expecting to be answering emails in the middle of the night. I don't know what you want me to tell them. Do you want to be a good employee or not? You just think that sleep is going to be a part of your employment? No. Okay? He's not paying you to sleep. He's paying you to work outside of work hours. Maybe you should ask that question to the Dr. Life expert. She's going to be on next week. You can ask the question at askjuliestory@gmail.com if you want to ask dumb life questions like this. My toddler offered me a special soup made of water. Off the jump. What kind of kid are you raising right now? What kind of imagination is that? You got water and crayons and that's going to make a soup? Yeah, well, they're going to get a bad Yelp review on their dumb, stupid restaurant. If I pretend to drink it, am I encouraging bad cooking habits? No, you're encouraging your kid to be an idiot, because what kind of kid makes soup out of water? What, you want the kid to grow up and have water soup? That's what they're going to serve people that they love? Yeah, well, you should reconsider the kind of parenting that you're doing if that's the kind of thing that your kid is making. This one, I don't even know what to do with this one. This one is telling me exactly the tragedy that the society is in right now with this question. I accidentally waved back at someone who wasn't waving at me. Do I move to another state, or is there a way to recover? Absolutely not. There's no way to recover. There's no way. That person will be thinking about that for the rest of their life, just like you are. How many years ago did this happen? because I know you've been thinking about it ever since. You haven't been able to get a drop of sleep, have you? You know what? Maybe you could start writing your boss back emails because you're not sleeping at night because you were so dumb to wave at someone that wasn't even waving at you. And while you're at it, why don't you go steal some lawnmowers and avocados with your 2 other friends here and Jeffrey the Thumb? God, you guys, what kind of questions are these? I need y'all to ask me good questions. AskJulieStory@gmail.com. I don't even want to continue on. What am I supposed to do with this stuff? And you want me to be helpful with these kind of questions? I told my barber I loved my haircut, but I hate it. How many years do I have to keep going to them before I can switch? You have to go to them forever. That's your punishment. Okay? First of all, if you're going to show up and ask for a bad haircut and then they give you the bad, whose fault is that? You're going to come over there with your dumb creative ideas looking like Will Byers, but more edgy, and then you're going to blame it on your barber? Why don't you get a different set of hair? Huh? Have you ever thought about that? The barber can only work with what you give him. If you show up looking like Jeffrey the Thumb, what are they going to do with that? They can only work with what you... If you have a bad haircut, maybe you just have a bad face. And that's not their fault. So you have to keep going forever and then give them extra tip and a free avocado from our avocado friend. Next question. I told my friend let's hang out, but I didn't mean it. How do I make sure that they don't actually schedule something? Yeah, you can't. You committed now. In fact, every time that they say that they want to schedule something, you have to go now. That's the commitment that you made. Because they said, let's do it, and you said yes, you don't get a choice now, okay? Doesn't matter what comes up. It doesn't matter if you're doom scrolling in your bed at the moment that you're supposed to. You got to get out of bed, okay? You can join the 11 o'clock email friend. You're getting out of bed and you're hanging out with that friend. You don't get options now. There's no such thing as boundaries. You said yes. You're not going to stop them now. Unstoppable. Now you're going to go to every plan that they make. Every single plan that they make. That's your punishment. I left a shopping cart in the middle of the parking lot. Am I a bad person? Yes. Yes. With a period. Yes. I'm not even reading the rest of that question. That's the answer. I saw someone at the grocery store. I knew them. So I pretended not to see them. What, are we just all idiots over here? Why are you even looking around at the grocery store? You need to go in there focused. Why you trying to make friends? You over here with the no friend person. You got friends at work. Why you got to make friends at the grocery store? Don't look around if you don't want to see someone that you know. Do I owe them an apology or just commit to never making eye contact again? If you're going to make eye contact with someone, you're going to have to say hi. That's the rules. I don't make the rules, okay? If you see someone, you have to start a conversation. And you have to just continue the conversation until you feel awkward. That's your punishment for looking at someone. Stop looking at people, and then you won't have to talk to them. Oh my God. I accidentally responded, you too, when a cashier said, enjoy your meal. Should I stop shopping? Yes. Yes. There's no recovery from a you too when it's not needed. You too at the wrong time is one of the most embarrassing things you can do. How do you even leave your house after doing that? When the flight attendant that's at the desk checking you in at security says, have a good flight, do you say you too? You just say you too everywhere? You just put you too in everyday conversations? Like it just belongs? My God. I hit reply all. I don't even need to read the rest of that question. I already know you're dumb. You just hit reply all. When you hit reply all, the worst case scenario is about to happen. I don't even want to read this. Instead of just reply. You don't read the full button? You just out here reading half buttons? Am I officially the office idiot? You're definitely the office idiot. I forgot someone's name. And now it's been too long to ask. Well, you should have remembered in the first place. Well, you just out here receiving information, then instantly it's just gone, just evaporates off the top of your head? You can't remember one word to the next. You meet a human being, they say their name, and it just dissipates into thin air. Do you even remember your name at this point? Do I come clean or just continue referring to them as Buddy forever? The fact that you even chose Buddy as the nickname already says a lot about who you are, okay? There's no way that you can recover from lost memory name after 1 second after they told you and then choosing Buddy as their new name. There's no recovery from that. There's no advice. You're done. You're done. You need to bring a pen and paper with you so that when anybody says anything, you can jot it down so you don't instantly forget it. Next, my cat knocked my drink over, looked me in the eyes, and walked away. Am I being bullied in my own house? No, you know who's being bullied? The cat. The cat's being bullied by you. Okay? You're lucky you even live there. The cat owns the house. Why are you putting your drink on its counter? That's the question you should be asking. There should be a personal reflection time about your part in the dysfunction of how your house is run. The fact that your cat even has to be bothered by your dumb drink? Yeah, that says a lot about the things you need to work on. Why don't you go ahead and work on that instead of being an idiot? Another wave question. How many of y'all are struggling out there with waving at people when they're not waving at you? The world doesn't revolve around you. You're not the main character. If someone's waving, don't assume it's at you. I don't even need to read this whole sentence. It says, I waved at someone across the street. I already know where this is going. It's going to you being dumb and thinking that that person was waving at you. Yeah, it turns out they were waving at the person behind me. Yeah, because it's not about you, okay? Put your wave hand down. It's too much. It's too much. You don't need to be waving. And you don't need to be holding the door awkwardly for someone that's so far away. I bet that question is on here too. How many of y'all are out here holding the door? Then that person's got to run? Should I keep waving or no? You shouldn't keep waving. Put your wave hand away. I saw my ex in public and panicked, so I hid in a clothing rack. Wow, look at the survival instincts you got out here. You saw somebody that you didn't want to see, and your first reaction was to go hide in the clothing rack? What, with the little 4-year-old in there? That's how you're going through life surviving? God, I don't even know what you'd do if there'd be an actual tragedy happening. You gonna sit down, crisscross applesauce, and wait for someone to read you a story? Was that the right move? You already know the answer to that. It wasn't. You should have just power walked away. You should have just literally done anything else. What happens when there's actually like a dinosaur chasing you? You gonna turn around and give it a hug too? What, your adrenaline makes you dumb? It's supposed to make you a survivor. And you're over here hiding in the clothing racks? Like you're 4 years old? You're friends with Thumb Jeffrey? Because it sounds like it. Leftovers in the office fridge. You just opening up fridges now and taking anything you want out of there? You just a free-for-all? Anything that's in there is yours? Think the world revolves around you, hand waver? If I leave a mysterious snack as an apology, does that cancel it out? No, but you know what would cancel it out? Free guacamole. Why don't you try leaving some free guac out? How would you feel if you opened it up and your meal was eaten? Would you like that? Because I hope that starts happening to you. That's what we call karma. Next, I told my mom I'd help her set up her new phone. But now I've been struggling with tech support for 4 hours. Is this my life now? Yes, that's your punishment for being dumb. If you can't set up a new phone without having to call tech support, you're dumb. Question. And if you want to ask me a question, I already told you where you need to send it. I shouldn't have to say it 4 times. You guys out here asking stupid questions. Can't even believe I had to waste my lunch break on that.